for the trip. Money make me.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, people that drive Hoodoos and people that drive Mercedes, you are now tuned in to episode 11 of the Don't Piss Me Off podcast. Podcast in under 20 minutes, your boy Mike Bundy. You know how it go. Spotify, YouTube, trying to get this uploaded to some more platforms for you guys, so just bear with me. Like I said, this is episode 11, and I feel like I've been out of touch with y'all for a week. I'm a week behind. I do apologize. Work's been kicking my ass. But I got some free time, so guess what? I'm here. And we gonna keep this thing going. So what we talking about today is money and love. Does a certain amount of money matter in your relationship or even your marriage? So y'all know how I do. I'm gonna speak my piece, and I'm gonna bring in some people on the lines, and I'm gonna let y'all know, let y'all hear how they feel about the situation. Does money matter in a relationship to me? Let me see. I'm 35 years old. If you would have asked me this question when I was in my teens, fuck no. I wouldn't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because I was on some teen shit. I was just trying to hit and split. If you would have asked me this shit in my early 20s, I don't know, early 20s, let's say 18, 19, and on up. Starting college, you know, we all in college. If you ever been to college, everybody in college is broke. Ain't nobody got no money, but we trying to get in these relationships, you know. But everybody broke. Everybody eating ramen noodles. Ain't nobody unless you got a job. And if you had a job in college, you ain't working no real job. You working somewhere like McDonald's or something. Not to say McDonald's is not a real job. Let me clarify that, because I know how these people get. What I'm saying is you working somewhere part-time. So, you know, just have some little pocket money. So you ain't making no big bucks like that. But you getting in these relationships. I don't know how many college relationships y'all have had. I know how many I've had. And I've had a little money, but it wasn't the money that, you know, that I wanted to have. I didn't see no real money in college until I started getting refund checks. You see, back then in 2004, you know, you get a $2,000-$3,000 refund check. That was a big ass deal back then. You feel like, fuck, I got 3 bands in my pocket. I ain't never seen no money like that, you know. I can get any girl I want. I can have any relationship I want, because at this time right now, I got this money. You feel me? So you stepped in confidence when you had that money, when you feel like, I can go get any one of these college girls that I want, because I got 3 bands right now in my pocket, and we can go do the most expensive thing she want to. You know what I'm saying? This shit, that was the mentality that a lot of us had. So now, to revert back to my question, does a certain amount of money matter in your relationship? I think now that I'm 35 years old, and I can only speak for myself, but I think a lot of people probably would feel the same way. When you are in your 30s, that's when you really start to live life. By then, you should already know, or you should already be doing what you wanted to do. Even if you're not doing what you wanted to be in life, a substantial amount of money to survive. When you get into these relationships, you might want a partner that can match your hustle. Now, let me clarify what I'm saying, guys. When I say a certain amount, I'm not saying nobody has to be rich, because I'm not rich. I doubt that anybody that's listening to this podcast right now is a millionaire, is rich. There's no disrespect to nobody. What I'm saying, we are all working class citizens. But when you get in your 30s, you finally meet somebody, you settle down, whether it was a long-term relationship or even if you get married, I feel like, yes, having a certain amount of money does matter in your relationship. You want that financial stability. You want that security. When I say that, what I'm saying is, you know, you don't want nobody that does not have, it's all about ambition. You don't want nobody that doesn't have an ambition to go out and make some money. I'm not saying this person has to be making $20 and $30 an hour, but what I'm saying is, you know, me personally, I'm the type of person, I go out, I make my money, I have a pretty decent job, and I take care of my family. You know, a lot of times, these things don't work if you are dealing with someone that has no hustle, no drive, and does not want to make any money. That's what I mean by that's what I mean by a certain amount of money. It's about having the hustle and the drive to go get something. If I fall on some times where there's so many bills to be paid and I'm working to pay the bills, but I don't have nothing left in my pocket, I should be able to rely on my partner to say, don't worry about the groceries. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. You know, don't worry about the kids. Whatever the kids need, because I got that. It should be a comfortable feeling to know that my partner has money also, and it's just not all falling on me. And while I'm on this subject, and I don't want to drift off, while I'm on this, can we please get the notion out of our head that it's something is wrong with people that are splitting bills in the house? That's gonna be another episode. Trust me, I'm gonna make that episode. But for some reason, the whole splitting bills thing in the house has been frowned upon for a couple years or probably more, and I don't understand why. Because of scientific fact, people that split bills are more likely to make it because they're working together to make things happen. I don't know where down the line where it just stopped being okay for a man and a woman to decide, hey, I got some money, you got some money, let's put our money together and make a better life. That's frowned upon, and I don't understand that. But like I said, I'll get back to it in another episode. Back to my point and how I feel about the situation. Yes, I feel like a certain amount of money should be made when you're going into a relationship in your 30s and beyond. You know, nobody wants a broke person. That's just a fact. No matter who you are, you don't, if you're a woman, you don't want a broke man, and a man does not want a broke woman. Now, am I saying I want my woman to go out there and bust her ass just as hard as I do to make ends meet? No, she does not have to do that. But I would like my woman to have some money. Like I said, it's a financial blanket. It's a financial. It's the comfortability knowing that, hey, if I run out of money, baby got me. Baby got the family. Baby got us. Baby can get the groceries. Baby can do this. Baby can do that. Because she got some money, she out there making a little money too. And that's the way these things work. It causes less stress. You won't be arguing about this bill not being paid or that bill not being paid and the lights getting cut off. None of that shit. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about the situation. I know a lot of y'all probably think different, but that's just how I feel, and I'm gonna stand on it. So, like I said, y'all know all my podcast is short. Once I say how I feel, I'm gonna bring in my people on the line. I'm gonna let y'all hear how they feel about the situation, and that's just how I go. But before I do that, I do want to say this because this was on my mind and I forgot to say this, y'all. If you are in a relationship where both of y'all are making money, please do not turn it into a competition. It should not be a competition. It should be a partnership. It should be together. You turn it to a competition, that's gonna cause a lot of problems. No one should be bringing up the fact of who makes more money or none of that stuff. If you both are bringing in money to the table, putting your money in a pot, it should be y'all, especially if you're married. Now, if you're in a relationship, you still shouldn't be competing, but it's a little different when you're married. When you're married, you become one. So it shouldn't be my money and your money. It should be our money. That's all I want to say. Back to the phone lines. So, of course, I got my homegirl April on the line. April call in every week, and I do appreciate that. April, let me know how you feel about the situation. Does a certain amount of money matter in a relationship?
Does a certain amount of money matter in a relationship? I wouldn't say a certain amount of money, but you need to be at least close to me. Like, I can't be on 10 and you can't be on 4. If you understand what I'm saying, I've been in that position to where I was trying to look out and, be who I am, the Libra in me, the good-hearted person in me, and it just didn't work. So, moving forward, your hustle got to be just as thick as mine. Either you have that one good job or you got a job and a hustle, and you got to be willing to pay them bills.
You got to be willing to pay the goddamn bills, man. I just said that shit. Because the bills is not going to pay themselves. You got to be willing to pay the bill. Now, whoever paying the bills is cool if I'm paying all the bills. But like I said, I need you on the back burner for when I pay all the bills and I'm broke. You got me until I re-up again. But it's a partnership. You know what I'm saying? She said his hustle got to match hers. I agree with that. Like I said, nobody wants to deal with somebody that has no ambition to go get money. And I'm going to keep saying that because I want to clarify myself. I'm not saying people have to be rich. When I say a certain amount of money, I'm not saying you have to have or you have to make this amount of money a year for us to survive. But I say that to say about ambition, about hustle. You just can't be dead broke. You have to have something in your pocket for us to make it. You feel me? Ashanti, tap in with your boy, Keish. What's going down, baby? Let me know what you think about the situation. Does a certain amount of money matter in a relationship?
So I don't believe it's a certain amount of money that matters in a relationship, it's two things. One, there has to be trust. The reason people don't trust so much in a relationship when it comes to money, like if you're the person that makes the majority of the money, the fear is that the person who's making the less amount or no money is going to become burdensome to you. You're going to be financially burdened by everything. You know, you're going to be carrying the financial weight of two people. So that's why there's some trust issues there, because what do they provide? So I don't think it's a certain amount of money, but your ability to carry your own weight that matters. You know, if you can provide for your own basic needs, basic necessities, you know, cover your own bills and things. If you're covering your own bills and things like that, then the recreational things that we do, if I'm kicking out a little bit more than you are, it's not gonna matter as much. But just your ability to just cover, you know, the foundational things on your own without needing my help and needing my assistance. You know, I don't want to cover all the recreational things either, but if I'm covering a little more than you, it's not as bad as if that's happening and you're not able to cover your basic necessities and your own bills. So I think that's really what it boils down to, which is why you should have all your own shit first, you know, and anything that you do with your significant other should be extra. You know? And this is before, you know, combining like your bills or households or any of that shit comes into play.
Church, man, church. Man, look, that's kind of what I was saying earlier about, you know, your partner. Look, nobody wants to feel like they're carrying the whole load. And this is what I was saying earlier about your partner having their own money. That's very important. And like I said, it's not about the amount of money, but it's about the person making money and y'all coming together. Now, like I said, if you the person that want to pay all the bills, cool, and you want to have your spouse as the back burner for emergencies, groceries, and necessities and things like that, that's fine. But that cushion gives you a peace of mind. He pretty much hit the nail, and I agree with that shit, man. So like I said, y'all, I feel like money in a relationship, yes, it matters. Nobody wants to, at the end of the day, we could all sit here and cap and lie and talking about it's about the love. Yeah, it's about the love, but we living in a day and age where, you know, love ain't enough, man. You gotta have some money. You gotta have some paper. You gotta have something to bring to the table. That's just the bottom line. This is not the way it was back in the day where the man made the money and the woman stayed at home and cooked and cleaned. And I'm not saying that that's not happening today, because it does. What I'm saying is there's a lot more women out there that are independent now, that's going out there and getting their own money. To me, it's very sexy. I love it. I love a woman that's going out there and making that paper, bringing that paper back home to daddy, because you know I'm a pimp. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. But straight up, though, two people making the money is better than one, y'all. This is Mike B. Don't Piss Me Off podcast. This was episode 11. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, all my podcasts is straight to the point, under 20 minutes. I'm gonna say that on every episode for the people that's listening and wondering why it's so short. This is just what I do. I like to get in and get out, give my perspective, listen to other people's perspective, and we move on to the next one. Episode 12 on the way. Shout out to April. Shout out to my boy L. Keish. I appreciate y'all calling the line. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode, and I'm out.